Greetings and onomatopoeia to those out there creating the new sound. I'm your host, Lynn Burg, and welcome to the Proverbs of Being. Proverbs of Being is a 52-week instructional and guided handbook as well as workbook, working to inspire those to think with balance.
On behalf of Arlen and the Church of the New Sound, we'd like to thank you for your attendance here in week 7. Well, let's get to it. Imagine standing in front of a mirror every morning. That mirror reflects your appearance, but if you look deeper, it can reveal so much more. Your demeanor, your confidence, and even your emotional state. Now let's extend this metaphor to how we interact with the world. Stay self-aware of the mirror so as to be aware of what is being portrayed to the world means taking time to reflect on ourselves, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, and socially, to ensure that the image we present aligns with our values, intentions, and the impact we wish to have on others. The importance of self-awareness. Self-awareness is the foundation of personal growth and meaningful connections. When we are aware of our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, we gain the ability to control how we react to situations and how others perceive us. For instance, in professional settings, our mirror might reflect confidence, professionalism, or approachability. If we're unable, it could unintentionally reflect insecurity, arrogance, or disengagement. In relationships, self-awareness helps us to be mindful of how our words and actions affect others. A person who's unaware of their mirror might come across as dismissive or insensitive, even when that's not their intention. By regularly checking the mirror, we can adjust our tone, body language, or approach to ensure it aligns with our values and the respect we want to show others. What we portray to the world. The world often judges us based on what it sees in our mirror. This includes our personal branding, our reputation, and how we treat others. Social media amplifies this metaphor. What we post, share, and comment on become part of our reflection people see. If we portray positivity, authenticity, and growth, that's the image we build. However, inconsistency or lack of awareness can project an image that doesn't align with who we truly are. Staying mindful allows us to take control of this narrative. Practical steps to stay aware. To remain self-aware, we can 1. Practice reflection. Spend a few minutes daily assessing your actions and interactions. 2. Seek feedback. Ask trusted friends or colleagues how they perceive you. This outside perspective can help you identify blind spots. 3. Mind your emotions. Pay attention to your feelings and how they influence your behavior. 4. Be consistent. Ensure your words and actions align with your intentions and values. In summary, staying self-aware of the mirror is about being intentional with how we present ourselves to the world. It's about ensuring that our reflection, our words, actions, and demeanor truly represent the person we aim to be. By doing so, we not only improve our relationships, but also inspire trust, authenticity, and respect in all aspects of life. So I challenge you to answer this question about yourself. What does your mirror say about you today? At this moment, we're going to take time to hear from the congregation and how the proverb resonated with them in their life.
This is Adrian, aka Roz from Genie Pictures, and this is week 7. Proverb says, stay self-aware of the mirror as to be aware of what is being portrayed to the world. Meaning that you have to know who you are and what is the perspective from other people's point of views of yourself. Something that you don't think of yourself because you really can't see it, but what you are the one that's portraying out there, or letting what people think as far as the image that you send out to them. You understand? So, and you have to be aware of that image that they're receiving. So in case somebody comes to you with something constructive or kind of a criticism, you're more self-aware of it and you can either fix it or be what it be, you know?
There's a thing called self-awareness. There's another thing called situational awareness. Situational awareness, saying basically you have to be cautious of what's going on. You can't be blinded by it, because what you don't see, others see. Your first impression is your last impression. I don't know if I said it right, but to me it kind of go in hand with self-awareness.
To the world. Wow, this goes right into knowing thyself. You know, you can lie to a lot of people. Don't lie to the guy in the mirror. That's your foundation. You gotta know who you are, where you stand. If you start lying to the guy in the mirror, you're in quicksand. You can't build anything on quicksand. So start with your integrity, rebuilding your integrity, and build a foundation. And that's knowing the guy in the mirror, liking the guy in the mirror, and then learning to love the guy in the mirror. You know, if you can't love yourself, who can? You know, so be a guy worth loving. You know, live a life worth living.
In other words, know who you are first. If you know who you are and you're honest with yourself and you're self-aware of who you are, good and bad, nobody can pull it from underneath you, pull the rug from underneath you. So anybody approaches you and tries to tell you something that you already know about yourself, it's kind of hard for them to point out, you know what I mean? I already know that. If you're not self-aware and you see yourself as something that you're not, if you see something in the mirror that's not actually in the mirror, it could be bad things for you. Self-criticism is the best criticism in the world, is in other words what I'm trying to say. Be critical of yourself and know who you are inside and out. And that's what you think you portray yourself to, because people see things that you might not even see. So basically, be self-aware of who you are and know thyself. That way, when anybody approaches you and points something out, you know, I already know that.
Me, myself, I don't try to be, I am honest. You know, some people might look at me like, you know, yeah, once you get to know me for me, then you know the real me. You go by people that don't really, they say they know me and they don't. All they doing is betrayal, they're lies. And they just trying to accumulate lies, disbelief, non-trust, judgmental. You know, that's a lot of problems with a lot of people. You know your mirror, you know the truth. You're looking at the truth and you're looking at yourself, if you're truthful.
Looking at, so when the world is looking at it, you know what the hell they looking at. And you determine how that goes. Don't let them see something and they determine, because then they ain't gonna give you what you thought you put. Like artists, when they give people unmastered songs, like, hey man, that criticism coming. You just gave a nigga with some shit that wasn't fully compressed or whatever the case, so it's coming, so.
All right, I say self-awareness is like, what's the word? It's self-love. Self-awareness is like self-love, it's personal development. So once you put yourself together, you have to first identify the things that you love to do, the things that you like to do. Know yourself, learn yourself. Because what you have on the inside of you is what you portray on the outside, and that's how people actually see you. So if you don't like the way that people are actually seeing you, change who you are on the inside by doing personal development.
Absolutely. You've always got to stay in a constant attitude of checking yourself and making sure that you are who you are, and that you can read yourself and make corrections where needed, and because I mean it's not good for people to perceive you as a deceiver or a phony, and then pause, and what are the word poser, you should be transparent in life.
Take the time to get to know what's in your mirror. Others are watching you constantly and are probing your mind all the time. So if you haven't measured yourself up against yourself in the mirror, then you may be lacking and you may be behind your own power curve. Hey, all I'm saying is get a handle on yourself before the world gets a handle on you. And that's the new sound.
So, congregation, if you have yet to receive your copies of the Proverbs of Being, go ahead and log on to thenewsoundempire.com. Click under manuscripts, order now. And while you're there, become a member. Hey, the price of admission is only that you admit that you're ready to make a change towards balanced thinking, show honor and truth, and be ready to become somebody. Hey, I'm Lynn Burg, and I'll see you here next week for the Proverbs of Being.